partaking in a little pottery class. Why not?
Oh,
Setting the mood.
I'm getting Ghost vibes.
I am too.
I'm getting Patrick Swayze vibes.
Mookie.
This is actually much harder than it looks. My wife and I, we went and did. Oh, my goodness!
Oh.
That's what it normally looks like, right there. I don't know why he has the plate there, but that thing can go crazy.
Mookie, follow it around and see what it eats.
It's so difficult. You gotta like. Oh yeah, see, that's me and Maddie.
See how? Yeah,
right there.
We were at Color Me Mine the other day.
Trying to build the perfect pot.
Use your it's good hand strength. You gotta really have in place.
Very good at molding things. In honor.
Senior dies in kiln explosion. She was gonna make me a pot.
That's not even a current paper, and you know it. In honor, gentlemen, of the big day, I present you cards from some of your favorite superstars around the league. Paul Skeens says, loving you is like living the dream. His girl, busy with her own sport, finds the time. Of course, Bobby Witt could give his girl all the money in the world. Nobody is going to love me better. I'm going to stick with you.
Oh, I like that.
Like that one?
Yes.
Sides on a card. A written card, by the way, is always the way. Take my advice.
Absolutely.
I'm going to call you Ellie because you stole my heart. And a player sent me one.
You got one?
My guy. My love for Jose Altuve runs so deep. Are you the Houston Astros? I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Who cares about the facts?
So
Those are facts, Harold.
took the liberty of making my own cards for you. I feel like CY doesn't need help in this department. Call me crazy. Can't you see why you should be mine? His wife, probably very flattered by this. I am dangerous. See, he doesn't need help.
Oh, bro.
He's
Look at you,
romantic, he's
dude.
fly, he's got it all. Swag for days.
Oh, thanks.
Matt is more, how do I say
Not
this?
so much fly.
No, you're fly. You're very handsome. You just squint too much, you're going to get wrinkles. You're very bougie. He likes the finer, see why he likes the finer things in life?
Bro,
You're
come
the
on.
country to my club.
Bad bio info, buddy.
That is bad bio,
He
Harold.
prefers the perfect white outfit, tennis match, his Valentine. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a pickup line with these
It's
moves.
a drill.
What is this?
It's a drill. Stay in front. That's all. You warm up. You look a little douchey when you warm
Why
up.
is
I
it
get
that?
it.
You do pickup
You're-
lines, yes or no?
Your racket
What's
is
the
over
best one you've ever said?
Pickup line?
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you know CPR. You took my breath away like that.
Yeah, stuff like, do your
Okay.
feet hurt? Because it looks like you just fell from the sky.
I thought you've been running through my
Bye
mind
for
all
now.
day.
Bye for now.
Feet are hurt from running.
What's wrong with that one?
You messed it up is what's wrong with it.
What was I supposed to say?
Get a life. I'm over you.
The writers look bad.
Does
I
make
think
the
it
writers
does.
look bad. Russell Dorsey's an actual writer.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you guys. I appreciate that.
Tell us about what it means to you to have this honor as a Canadian Baseball Hall of Famer.
I mean, it's amazing. I had a long stint there, 10 years. That's not very common, of course, nowadays in baseball. So I'm incredibly humbled to be a part of this Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame from now on and enjoying all the greats that are already in there.
Joey, what I remember from that time, and I remember you, Edwin Encarnacion, Josh Donaldson, you three guys back to back were probably the most dangerous 1-2-3 punch in baseball. And more than that, I remember starting off coming to games in Toronto and seeing the fan base be a little thin. And then when you guys went on your run, I saw how the entire community came in and started to fill up the stadiums. What do you recall from that time in Toronto with your connection with the fan base?
Same thing. You know, the energy changed around the stadium. Everybody was following us. We were very candid players on our interviews, and we developed a really good relationship with the fans and a great connection, I feel like. And then when we started winning more games, you know, the turnout, you could see it. Everybody was buying into it, and they were showing up every single day. And we love the support, and we fed off of their energy.
Man, we over here talk about, you know, the J.D. Martinez of the world with the swing change, or the Justin Turners of the swing change, to see how a guy can have a swing change and really unlock anything. Anytime I see a player make an adjustment like that, I naturally go back to you and think about how your career panned out and think about how you unlocked it with the leg kick. When you unlock something like that in your swing that completely opens up the game for you, what is that experience like to go through, and how long into it do you know that this is a real thing?
I mean, you feel it, right? You notice it when you've been used to doing something every single day, hundreds of times a day, and then you kind of you get a different approach, you get a different advice, and you apply it, and you just notice and feel the difference. And, your objective changes from like, okay, let me see what happens today, to like, okay, I'm going to go back to yesterday and just repeat. It just changes your confidence. It changes how you approach the game every single day, and it allows you to cause impact in many different ways. That way you're not just worried about base hits and numbers all the time. It's just, how can I help my team win by contributing and setting up the scenario where somebody else could do damage if I don't do damage, and you can adjust the counts and moments of the game differently. It's a completely different outlook.
Jose, we were just talking earlier in the show about Vlad Guerrero Jr. and the idea that he could remain in Toronto if he stays there in a free agent discussion. You spent 10 of your 15 years in the big leagues in Toronto. What is it about that uniform, about that place that would be special? And how does that apply to maybe Vlad Guerrero's situation, deciding to stay there for another long contract?
Well, I think he knows that he was born in Montreal. He's Canadian, and I think the fans love him there. I want to see that happen. I'm confident that they'll figure it out. It's just when you have a whole country following you, it's different. Imagine how much different the New York Yankees fan base is across the world compared to other teams. And the Blue Jays are the only other team that has that kind of size of following. It's a blessing. I know he understands what that means, and he's definitely weighing that in his decision making. So I think they're all trying to make it happen, and I'm hoping that it does.
Well, the fans there put their arms around you for sure, because you embrace them back. And when I think about your career, and we could go through season by season highlights, your 6 All-Star appearances, etc., but that homer that you hit in Game 5 of the 2015 ALDS, where the cameraman couldn't even hold the shot because the place was rocking so much. Here it is. I mean, the bat flip, dude, is epic. It's one of the all-timers. So because you kind of kicked off, I don't know, the modern day flip, I give you credit here, because nothing has compared to that since. We want to show you some bat flips and have you grade them out single, double, triple, or homer. Okay?
All right.
We're going to give you some flips. Right. Here's Sounds Junior good. Caminero.
Oh, we're starting with that?
Yeah. Winter League. Wait for it. We'll show you the flip. We kind of lost it in the way the shot was cut. Here it is. It's coming.
All right, let's see it. I mean,
oh, my God.
That's a 10. Oh, my God. That's a grand slam.
Grand slam.
Listen, I played in that stadium. That's a bomb. So, and I think that was in the 8th inning of a tied game or down by 1 to go ahead in the 7th game of the finals. I got to give it to him. The bat flip was insane.
How many years did you play in the Winter League? How many seasons?
9.
Wow.
What is the difference of that experience? I mean, when you're watching it, I never had the opportunity to play Winter League baseball. When you're watching that, that's how the game has been played there for years and years and years. I mean, how much would you love to see that transfer over into MLB?
I think there are different elements, right? Just like when you get Asian players, the game is played different with a different flavor in different parts of the world. And, we are the highest level. We're the world best baseball league. To have a little sprinkle of flavors from all over the world, I think it's a must. You got to have that.
That's more than a little sprinkle right there, Joey.
No, I get it. But you got to put yourself in the moment, right, in the situation. And for what it's worth, even though I do think that was a lot too, it was a decisive moment in a huge, win 7th game, right? So, yeah, I think, I like to see emotion. I like to see the connection with the fans. Everything has its limits, right? But, I enjoy watching guys when they're celebrating and then they're enjoying what they do and they're showing passion.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the connection with the fans and the emotions, that's what it's all about.
I disagree, Joey. I think it's no limit. I don't think you can do it. I love it.
Well, we got a few more.
Every bit of that.
We
All
got
right, let's keep it rolling.
A few more for you to grade out. Single, double, homer, or a triple or homer. Here's Fernando Tatis.
Fernando's got that swag.
Whoop.
Always. I like that one.
I like that one too.
That one a triple.
That's a good
nice
one.
And quick. confident one. I like it.
Just toss the knob like that. The guy to my right flipped it a couple times. Can we get a Chris Young flip?
Oh, babyface, CY. Come on, Joey. Don't give me a single. Anything other than a single, we're good.
Hold it. Here we go.
CY used to get the line drive backspin homers all the time.
That's all I got, bro.
That's a good one.
Good. Emotion, baby. That's what it's all about.
Can I get a double on that?
Double for sure.
Double,
at least.
yeah, there we go.
Here's a vintage one, Jose. We're going to go back to Tom Lawless, who didn't hit a whole lot of homers. Game 4 of the '87 World Series against the Twins.
I got to give this guy a homer, man. One, it was in the World Series. Two, that's just cold. That's just cold. That's ice in your veins right there. I know he didn't hit many homers, but he sure as heck acted like he's done it a bunch of times in that moment.
I love it. Hey, Jose, we appreciate the visit today. Congratulations on being inducted into the Canadian Baseball Hall of Fame. Richly deserved honor. We love visiting with you. We hope to do it again, man. Thank you.
Thank you guys
Congrats.
very much. Anytime. Thank you, guys.
Jose Bautista with us on the program today. That was fun, man.
That was great.
Dude, you said it too, man. They loved him up there for all the right reasons. He was everything that team was. He was the embodiment of that team's success.
And he accepted the challenge, and he stepped up all the time for
Yeah,
them.
that's right.
Changed the culture out there.
Lauren Shahadi, Jose Bautista fan?
Yes, bat
sure.
flip, epic.
Loved
Also a Valentine's Day fan. Yes, you.
Oh, happy
Celebrate
Valentine's Day,
Happy
Lauren.
Valentine's
Oh, that's right.
Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
absolutely.
Oh,
Hold
maybe
on, hold on,
that's
wait.
right.
Lauren, I got something for you. Happy Valentine's Day.
It's you.
I mean, a true gentleman.
you're so
A true
jelly.
gentleman. Happy Valentine's Day.
Actually, very nice.
I mean, I know I'm not here that often. You and Maddie are together every day.
Yeah,
but
we're brother sister for
Yeah.
15 years. What'd you get me?
Oh, cry me a river. Wow,
I
Maddie.
can tell you don't celebrate. You're not very romantic, but I knew that about you. You know who is? Mookie Betts. We say he can do everything well. He and his beautiful and lovely wife, Brianna.
Yeah, guys, we know that the Nationals are probably still a couple years away from being real contenders, but they're certainly collecting a number of good young players, so we'll run through some of them now. First of all, C.J. Abrams. He broke out last year in the first half, but the second half, guys, not anywhere close to the numbers that got him to his first All-Star game. We know there was some drama at the end of the season as well. Ended the season in AAA after some off-field issues, a little bit of a disagreement with the front office about his post-game activities, but if Abrams can get back and put together a full season anywhere close to what he was in the first half, they've got one of the best young shortstops in the game. Now, their prospects that came up last year, the numbers on the surface for James Wood might not blow you away. Certainly impressive for the age and it being his first season, but look at some of the StatCast numbers, guys. He debuted on July 1st, most batted balls 105 plus miles an hour. He's right there in the middle of some of the biggest hitters in the sport. And if you dig even a little bit deeper, guys, into the process stuff, how about a young hitter that's able to use the whole field? Highest slugging percentage to the opposite field? That's pretty good company to be keeping, I'd say, for your first go-round in the big leagues. Now, his partner at the top of that prospect list for the Nationals, Dylan Cruz, maybe didn't get – he was a couple months behind, didn't get up until late August. Didn't put together quite the season that he probably expected in his first taste in the big leagues, but it wasn't like these issues are all that out of the ordinary. He was fine against fastballs, but his first look at big league off-speed stuff did not go well. So can he get back to what he was in the minor leagues after getting his feet wet this year with a full season in the big leagues next season? Now, Josh Bell, he's another guy, guys. He comes back to the Nationals. We know his best years were in Pittsburgh, but if you look at just from the start of 2021, his first stint with the Nationals, what he did there versus what he did since he departed on a per 162-game basis, numbers were excellent with the Nationals. He finished strong down the stretch with the Diamondbacks last year. I like this signing to provide a little bit of a veteran presence in the middle of a group of young hitters, guys. And lastly here, these are the odds. We know what they're up against, guys. It's not just that they're a couple years away. It's that the division is so stacked. You see the second, third, and fourth best odds to make the postseason all in that National League East. So we're being realistic here. Probably not a playoff season for the Nationals in 2025, but how do we see the franchise going forward?
For me, getting a lot closer, and I think the starting pitching component is someplace where they could use a little attention. I love the fact that they brought back Trevor Williams as a free agent. He was very good for them in 2024, so why not run it back? Dylan Cruz still has Rookie of the Year eligibility. I think it's going to be fun to watch him in a full season, and he's already been installed as one of the favorites to win Rookie of the Year in the National League. I think they're better. I think he's probably right just because the competition is so stiff, even within their own division. I'm not sure they're one of the 6 or 8 best teams in the National League yet, but the build is underway.
Yeah, I don't think they're a playoff team, but they'll still be an extremely exciting team to watch. And this is the process when you're going through the rebuilding process and trusting your young prospects and giving them some runway to really find their way in the big leagues. Like Dylan Cruz, yes, when you're not with another team and you can go through those struggles and you can learn. And James Wood, he's learning. So Dylan Cruz, James Wood, bring in Nathaniel Lowe, Josh Bell, a few veterans to continue to help groom these guys moving forward. I'm going to be excited to watch Nationals games, even if they're not a postseason team.
Welcome back. We watched it unfold live on MLB Network yesterday. We finally got to the top 10, and you can read the list. We weren't shocked that Shohei Ohtani was number 1. Judge was number 2. A lot of this made sense to a lot of us. It was just a matter of, where you were going to find the top 3 through 10 spots. Shohei Ohtani anointed the best baseball player in the world right now. Welcome back inside. We thought we'd spin the top 100 list forward with a couple of topics here, CY.
Okay.
You take honors here at a player that wasn't in the top 100 this year that you think could break into that group next season.
Yeah, I didn't see a lot of catching representation in the top 100. I think Yainer Diaz would be the next guy in line that I feel like can make a huge jump. He's only 26 years old. Since 2023, led all catchers with a 293 average. Blocks well, throws guys out. I've watched him develop in that Houston system, get the opportunity to be an everyday player. 122 OPS plus over the last 2 seasons. I think he's a guy who has shown that he can be consistent and deserves to be on that list next year.
Real good one. I couldn't come up with one, so I have 2. I cheated a little bit. I think Michael Toglia of the Rockies is primed to be the next great power hitter in the sport. Switch hitter, big boy. And I love Joey Loperfido. I've talked about him a lot the last 6 months. I think he's going to be great this year, too, with a full complement of at-bats. One of these 2 guys, certainly in the top 100. For me, I think both of them crack the list next year. So let's go to the next topic. A player that's in the top 100 from the 2024 season that you think could make the biggest jump in the rankings by the end of the year.
All right, I just circled him right now. Number 97, Maddie, Wyatt Langford. I know, I still remember the spring training that he had last season. Coming from Florida, flew through the minor leagues, had a big September where he led the AL in home runs with 8 home runs. I think this guy is a superstar player, Maddie. Athletically, he reminds me of Mike Trout. And I feel like when you have a guy who athletically has that level of ceiling and he's proven that he can succeed at other levels. I mean, this guy hit over 350 in the minor leagues. Yeah. I think when you give him the opportunity and he comes in as the guy from day one, if he gets off to a good start, I think he can get MVP votes. So I think he can go from 97 to a top 20 guy.
Still a baby, too, man.
Yeah.
23 years old. I'm going to stay in the same division for my guy, not in the top 100, or make the biggest jump within the top 100.
Right.
I don't know what the ballpark factors are going to be in Sacramento, but Lawrence Butler made some adjustments during the season. Most notably, man, did he take off. Second half was big. Lawrence Butler, what a value that the A's have with him. Again, not sure what Sacramento's going to play like, but he's number 90 entering the season. I think he could get into the top half of the top
I love that.
100. All right, last question here on the top 100 list. Shohei Ohtani, right? If we take him out of the loop, is there somebody else that could contend for the number 1 overall spot?
Yes, I mean, but we got to go dark horse, though. Because if there's somebody else who can contend, it's going to be Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has never been a number 1 player, shockingly enough.
Yeah.
So he would be first. But if I'm going to go down the list, we haven't seen a pitcher since Clayton Kershaw. And I feel like pitchers don't feel loved on the top 100. So I'm going to go Paul Skeens. I feel like he could be a guy, if something goes awry with Ohtani, this is the dark horse pick for me. If he could come out and win the Cy Young, we haven't seen a pitcher go out there and win the Cy Young and win an MVP. I think he is that caliber of star. He may have to go pitch to a 1.5 to win the MVP.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to do, but I'm going with the long shot. Let me give some pitchers some love.
All right. I couldn't come up with a dark horse. I think the only other player that has the skill set that could even be considered number 1 overall is Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
And Mookie Betts is not a, underdog or a dark horse player for sure because he's a super duper star. He just does so much. I don't know how we lose track of him as being a future Hall of Famer and all-time great. We saw his versatility last year. Dude played 4 positions and was good at every one of them. He's going to run. He's going to hit. He's going to hit for power. He can do it all. And the only other guy that's even remotely possible a number one player in the sport is Mookie.
Yeah, I agree. I could put maybe Bobby Witt in that category. Just the players are getting appreciated for being able to be multifaceted, to do everything. He's hitting doubles, triples, homers, stealing bases, playing great defense. I think Bobby Witt could be on
that
the
was
list
fun.
too.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And anybody that wasn't Aaron Judge was probably offended on this list. 99 players got offended by their ranking on this
It's
list.
tough to be number one. Jose
Happens every
Ramirez
year.
is too low. He's still getting underappreciated.
We're going to be back to say something, say goodbye on Friday right after this. Where were
大谷翔平とドジャース、2025年に向けた新たな挑戦。歴史的な5-0クラブの達成。史上初の3度目の満票 MVP。そしてワールドシリーズ制覇。大谷翔平の2024年は、まさに夢のようなシーズンだった。しかし、彼とドジャースの旅はまだ終わっていない。むしろ、ここからが本当の戦いの始まりだ。スプリングトレーニングでは、大谷がバッティング練習を再開し、復帰に向けて順調な歩みを見せている。肩の違和感はまだあるものの、ほぼ思い描いた状態に近づいている。と語る彼の表情には、自信と決意が感じられた。ドジャースの一員として、また新たなシーズンに挑む大谷の姿を見るのが今から楽しみでならない。さらに、今シーズンからは佐々木朗まれという新たな才能が加わった。彼の初ブルペンには多くのメディアが集まり、その注目度の高さを証明した。初日は、思うように投げられなかった。としながらも、分厚い才能とメジャーへの適応力の高さを見せつけた佐々木。ドジャースのピッチングコーチ陣、そして大谷、山本といった日本人エースたちのサポートを受けながら、彼がどのように成長していくのか、期待が高まるばかりだ。そしてブレイク、スネルも新たにドジャースに加わり、ワールドシリーズ連覇を狙うチームにさらなる厚みをもたらす。私は殿堂入りを狙っている。と語るスネルの野心と、クレイトン、カーショーのそばで学びたいという姿勢は、まさに本気度マックス。彼がドジャースのユニフォームを着てマウンドに立つ日が待ち遠しい。もちろん、昨年のワールドシリーズでチームを支えた貴兄、ヘルナンデスやブレイク、と来年も再びチームに合流し、2025年のドジャースはさらに盤石な体制に、彼らの経験と勝者のメンタリティが、チーム全体の士気をさらに高めてくれることは間違いない。去年の歓喜を、今年も、大谷翔平が語ったように、昨シーズンの成功はすでに過去のもの。次のシーズンに向けて準備をすることが大切だ。と、彼とドジャースの戦いは、まだまだ続く。2025年も、このチームがどんな奇跡を生み出すのか、目が離せない。そしてあなたも、この歴史的瞬間を一緒に目撃しませんか。ドジャースのシーズンを追いかけ、大谷翔平や佐々木朗まれ、スネル、そして全選手たちの活躍を見届けよう。このチャンネルをフォローして、最新情報をお見逃しなく。あなたのコメントも大歓迎。大谷翔平やドジャースに期待すること、見たい試合、そして応援メッセージをぜひコメント欄に残してください。2025年シーズン、さあ行こう。